Well, we're not dawdling tonight. Welcome to the Road to the Showdown. Night 24. It's been an interesting day so far with that very scary England matchup, but now our attention shifts drastically. As now it's time to talk all things Road to the Showdown. And we are kicking off tonight with a bit of an interesting matchup. One of which that takes us to do or die situations. I, for one, don't know how this will go, but I'm hoping the absolute carnage to take its full effect. But yeah, let's run down the card for you tonight. We kick off the night. It's Momo Watanabe versus Liv frickin' Morgan. Green League clash. Elimination on the line for Momo. And first place, a potential for Liv. Afterwards, CM Punkadoodle-Doo takes on the Rainmaker in a do-or-die bout for both men in this bracket. Followed by the original El Grande Americano. He goes toe-to-toe with Shawn Michaels. And then, well, that's your following night's action. But before we get to the following night, let's talk about tonight. We kick it off. Liv Morgan versus Momo Watanabe. And that comes to you right now. Well, it's a do-or-die matchup. A win here for Morgan would lock first place as Utami Hayashishita cannot close the gap. A loss also to Momo Watanabe would eliminate her from the tournament. She still can qualify. Obviously, we've seen our first star in this division eliminated. That being Alexa Bliss. But 3 stars confirmed to the live event now. They are Liv, Bailey, and Utami.
Representing the Queens from Japan, Black Beach.
Momo, here tonight, needs to really step up if she is to stay in the tournament. Liv, on the other hand, like it or not, she is a pretty potent star when it comes to this time of year. And she will deliver. Looking to get more points than what she did last year. That is the goal for Morgan. The undefeated streak also in her sights. But we kick things off and it's Momo who's striking first. Nice missing first shot into the second. The unpredictability out of the get-go for Watanabe. A good tempo setter up against Liv. Now for Liv Morgan, her prolific offense, that code-breaker, then into the Oblivion. She has been a tough nut to crack in this tournament. Realistically, her last round matchup against Lyra Valkyria. Lyra will be looking to qualify off that matchup. But for Liv, a loss tonight and then winning next round is very beneficial to the Black Peach. As Momo, cover here, getting a quick 2 count. Sensational early 2 as well. Watanabe blocking. Liv's offense, spinning back fist. Watanabe stacking the pressure. Good for Momo, the Black Peach taking it to Liv. And could you imagine if Momo is the one to do it, to stop the undefeated streak that Liv has found herself on? Watanabe, we've seen her time and again. She can hit those big shots, but not really follow up and capitalize on them. And that's what has cost her really in this tournament. Liv going flying, springboard dropkick, predicting the dropkick attempt of Momo as well. Smart from Morgan. There's a step up into Guri as well. She's starting to find the rhythm of this matchup. The tempo. There's that code breaker we mentioned earlier. Morgan into the cover off it as well. Gets a 2 count. And typically the follow-up, it is an ender to a match. This may have been the Oblivion attempted. Not going to work instead. Momo hooks her up for a little. B driver into the canvas. And the cover to follow suit. Watanabe trying to steal it. But the kick out comes for Liv. You know Watanabe will continue to look to end it here. Liv's hit her big maneuvers, but that is an even bigger one in Watanabe's arsenal. Running knee lift from Momo. Now in trouble as Liv, I thought for a second was launching into an Oblivion, not the case. Instead, she's getting tripped up, put down, and Watanabe lining her up. Looking to maybe put away Liv Morgan. Sonado! And this has become another trend in Liv's matches. The Judgment Day's involvement. They want to keep her perfect. They want her to get to the semis for free. And Raquel is going to look to do it with a Tahana bomb. Morgan slowly crawling, making it to Watanabe. The slow crawl. Momo, more chance to recover off it. The cover here, it's a 2 count at least. And the shoulder comes up. Watanabe, she hit the Sonado. She could look to end it here. And Momo ducks, tries to grab. Liv avoids. Sends and tosses Momo down to the canvas. Watanabe rolls out. Liv chasing down the target. Hooks her up. Arm trapped. And we're getting a little divorce driver. And Liv's not done. She ascends to the heavens. Drops the senton. Straight onto Momo. But Watanabe, she is fired up here. Angered that the interruption has had to be forced out of the Judgment Day. Liv and Momo jostling on the outside. Now, to confirm, a count out will eliminate Momo if it is a count out loss. Believe it or not, a count-out win would not. Count of 7. Liv charges in, hits the code breaker, count of 8. And this is how we're doing it. No, the ref's count stopped a second. Liv taunting, but I've got a feeling we're getting a count out. And, well, technically, that is stopping Liv getting the perfect score in this division. However, what it will do is it will eliminate Momo Watanabe. And there's a lot of issues with this matchup, I'm going to say. The interference from Raquel, costly. It stopped the momentum Momo built.
Here is your winner, Liv Morgan.
And we now say goodbye to another star in this green division. Unfortunate, but she is technically the first woman out of 6 previous to take points off of Liv Morgan. But Liv again, she's still undefeated in this tournament. And I'm just confirming, yes, with that win, Liv has locked first seed in the bracket. Although it is not a perfect run in terms of points, it's a perfect win-loss record so far. Anyway, as I've got something stuck in my eye, I'm trying to blink it out. Oh. I think I got it. Woo! While I get rid of that from my eye, let's talk about your next bat. Some may call this a little bit of a crazy affair. I'm one of them people. So, how about we get to a do or die situation? The champ versus Punk. A do or die matchup for both, realistically. If Punk loses, he's out of the running for the showdown. Okada wins. He is not qualified, but he is in a good space. So let's see who can get the job done here. It's CM Punk, Kazuchika Okada. Well, this isn't Punk's normal music.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring from Calgary, Alberta, Canada. Weighing in at 235 pounds. Brett the Hitman Hart.
And that's not Punk's name. But what it is CM frickin' Punk. And the Hitman, CM Hart, looks to put the excellence in execution. Looks to bring it to the Rainmaker. We have said this tournament is a chance to express yourself. Punk doing that here tonight and has done so throughout the entire tournament. Now he needs to truly express his skills against the top dog, the champ, prime time's best.
And his opponent from Japan, weighing in at 236 pounds, the undisputed world heavyweight champion, Rainmaker.
Well, the Rainmaker, Kazuchika Okada. He looks determined here. This division that he finds himself in, a close contest. Still, with only 2 stars qualified to the live show of the Showdown, one of which has locked in the first seed after the epic matchup we saw last night. Both Punk and Okada realistically want to make it. And what's at stake in this one is obviously elimination. If Punk loses, he is out of the tournament. A win certainly does not guarantee that Okada won't overtake him. But it does put you in a better position overall. Slingshot's in does Punk, who's already done some early facial reconfiguration on the Rainmaker, busting him open. Splash as well to apply some extra pressure. The body shots worked for Punk, and well, he's going to deliver a couple more here to stop the ebb and flow DDT of Okada. The champ dragged to the canvas. Punk off the ropes, charges in, tries to put the axe to the back. There's the Rainmaker. Back to his feet, back on the aggressive path forward. He's sent running though. Punk, big shot. Hangs Okada out to dry as well. Quickly, the action, well, gets hung out again. Okada tried to come back in. Punk says nay. Drop kick, though, from the Rainmaker. Gonna maybe change that tune a little bit. Fireman's carry. What's Okada got in mind? It's driving the back of Punk into the barricade. Punk returned to the ring. Okada joins him. The Rainmaker off the ropes. A massive lariat. He goes for the cover off it as well. He just propels himself forward into that shot. Punk, though, roll up. He's caught Okada. Shoulders down for not even a 1, though. Elbow will be dropped once again. That's how Punk busted Okada open. Punk tries to grapple. The Rainmaker evades. And the champion hooks up Punk and spins him into the tombstone pile driver. Into the canvas. Goes Punk. And now, in trouble, the chop connects, the arm hooked. The Rainmaker driven into Punk's neck for the 2. The champion awoken in this stage of the tournament. Nice slingshotting neck breaker followed up, but no elbow connecting this time. And it's Punk's chance, his time to maybe put an end to the Rainmaker. Mini Death Valley. Okada ascends. But Punk wisely rolls out. The wily veteran maneuvers coming into play for the voice of the voiceless. Punk. You gotta feel he is closing, trying to scratch tooth and nail to get the dub, to stay in this tournament. Channeling the excellence in execution. Maybe what he needs to pick up the most important win of this tournament. Carter again kicks out. But you know, Punk looks to maybe put him away. Targeting the arm. Legs trapped, but Okada pushes off Punk. Causes some separation. It's closed down quickly. And then a Michinoku out of the Rainmaker. Springboard moonsault picture. Perfect. And the Rainmaker. All steam ahead. Sends Punk running, but gets caught. DDT. Punk puts him down. Now lying in wait is the voice of the voiceless. Legs caught, stepping through, and Punk has a sharpshooter applied. He wouldn't be channeling the Hitman if he didn't go for the submission. The Rainmaker forces a break. He rolls onto his back and then gets out the hold. Beautiful drop kick executed to perfection from Okada. The Rainmaker now hooking up Punk, and that looks like the money clip. It's in tight. Will Punk tap here? Answer's no currently. But what Punk is thinking is a little spinning pile driver. He spikes him into the canvas. 1, 2, 3. Punk stays in this tournament. Utilizing the Hitman's own arsenal. He gets the dub here tonight. Three points over to CM Punk. It's massive. In Punk's campaign to qualify. For Okada, though, he's not out of it just yet. He requires a couple more results to go in his favor. Those being a Punk loss, a Tony D'Angelo loss, and a win, obviously. He also requires a loss for Gunther. And spoiler alert, Gunther faces off against Tony D. Actually, no, he doesn't require a Gunther loss. Okada needs to win. Gunther needs to win. And Punk needs to lose. What's more impressive, though, is Okada's last match is against Seth frickin' Rollins. So that decides a tiebreaker stip as well. Punk could be finishing... Okada could be finishing 4th in the division. Now, what's more important to note is CM Punk, in his last round, will be facing off against Drew McIntyre. That is the only remaining bout not yet discussed in this pink division. So we are coming down to the wire overall for that one. Anywho, let's shift to the Men's Gold League now. more carnage. I love it every step of the way. This division, well, these divisions have given us some of the best wrestling I have seen. So how about we end it just nicely as your co-main event, Gold League action. A win for Michaels does absolutely nothing. A loss for El Grande, though. He's gone. He will be eliminated. Ole!
The following contest is scheduled for one fall, making his way to the ring from the Gulf of America, weighing in at 202 pounds, the original El Grande Americano.
Well, as we say, a loss tonight for El Grande. He's gone from the tournament. Currently sat on 3 points. A win would take him to 6 here tonight. Then a final win in round number 7 in the dire stretch of this tournament against Big Match John is a huge that's a huge bout if El Grande wins here.
And his opponent from San Antonio, Texas, weighing in at 227 pounds, the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels.
Well, for HBK, already locked for the showdown. What this bout actually does is determine if he is still a potential top seed. Not first, I mean second. As it's going to go down to the wire, folks. But Michaels in, as your last bout in the gold division, is Abyss versus Shawn Michaels. There's some important stats with that matchup. Firstly, short hair Michaels is nuts. Secondly, let's talk about that last goal match. A win tonight for Michaels would take him to 13 points. He realistically requires that. As obviously, Abyss would go up to 13 points on a win next round against Michaels and would own a tiebreaker. Essentially, I'm going to say this win isn't that important for Michaels overall. It's his next bout that kind of matters more. As realistically, no one else can overtake Michaels and Abyss for a top 3 spot. I mean, they can technically. Mark Henry and Will Ospreay both can overtake one of these two. Well, Abyss or Michaels. So realistically, the win, though, isn't that necessary purely because it could come down to literal last matchup as Michaels now, atomic drop, Scoops up and puts down El Grande with a slam. Now ascending, the Heartbreak Kid drops the elbow on a dime. And he is not slowing down here. The band's not tuned, but the sweet chin music's connecting regardless. Cover for Michaels early in the matchup. Almost puts out El Grande Americano. Springboard crossbody. Michaels is picking up the momentum. He is continually on the attack. Not slowing down one bit. El Grande, he needs to find his avenue back into this. That elbow missing could be it. Charges through, head scissor takedown. Big man Gregathy watching on at the potential elimination of El Grande. It's potential because El Grande cannot seem to catch a break here. And Michaels, after evading this moonsault, he's straight back, punishing El Grande Americano. Poison Rana. Striking is El Grande on Michaels' misfortune. But the jawbreaker response, this is Michaels. Measured as ever. Striking and now tuning up the band. Ooh, no thwap this time. Instead, the headbutt. El Grande strikes. The strike not effective though. Sure, it's a big maneuver, but Michael's still able to fight, still on his own attack. But this might change it. Fisherman's Buster on the outside. What's important to note is that realistically, even a count-out win here for El Grande keeps him in the hunt. You get to 5 points. But he's going to allow Michaels back in the ring. Sean caught. Arm hooked. Mahi's straw cradle. Gets only a 1. Belly to belly suplex from El Grande. And now, around the world, arm drag takedown. El Grande has the ref distracted, but he's not going to capitalize with a dirty maneuver. Instead, he implants Michaels into the canvas. Now what does El Grande do? He ascends to the heavens. Channels, tries for the headbutt. Michaels evades. A stiff knee shot from Sean. And he is going up top as well. Picture perfect moonsault from the Heartbreak Kid. Gets the cover and no win just yet. You can sense Michaels closing the distance, trying for the win. El Grande this time ascends. This time the headbutt will land. Cover here for El Grande. 2. The kick out. A little bit more from Michaels. Urgency really setting in here for El Grande. But that shot not going to work. Michaels takes him down. And what's Sean thinking here? Splash. Hits the knees. El Grande defensively is picking up into a masterpiece. He's saving the early sort of disparity he was in. That hole that Michaels was forming in this matchup. With this now new lease of life, this new sort of defensive style. But Michaels attacking but cannot hit that elbow. El Grande caught though, sent to the corner. Michaels charges in, drops him with a lariat, and now the showstopper could be looking to put an end to El Grande's show down run. Uso connects, and now the band is being retuned, and Michaels will connect this time. The cover, 1, 2, sayonara, El Grande Americano. Adios, senor. The early stages of this match, it was all Michaels. He built the momentum. He did not slow down at all. Straight off the slam, he went up top, dropped the elbow on the dime. And Michaels then continued as Sweet Chin Music almost got the win early. But El Grande found some moments. A shot here with the elbow, with the headbutt. Did some damage, but then this. The band tuned, bang. Flush on the chin. Michaels gets the win.
Here is your winner, the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels.
3 not necessary points for Michaels. But regardless of that, it's an elimination. We send El Grande packing before your main event. Your main event, though, it is a big one. The carnage that this division has brought this week so far has been next to unimaginable. Tonight, we do it once more with our final bout in round 6 before crunch time is truly upon us. Your main event sees Miss Flammer taking on the Prospects champion, Stephanie Vakir. Who walks away here tonight victorious? One thing we can do, it is tune up our bands and send it to the ring. Like all bouts so far in this Steel division this week, no one can lock. Not officially, anyway.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making her way to the ring from Monterrey, Mexico, Flammer.
Now, if you know me, all week I have been asking for one type of result. The 2-1 splits. We've seen it every time I've asked, and do you know what? I'm asking again for your main event. And just to prove this is not pre-recorded madness, I'm gonna hit this, do this, this. Spin the camera for Flammer. Back to this camera, to this camera. Just proving this is live. I could also say that England won against DR Congo 2-1 thanks to 2 goals from the captain, Harry Khan. There you go. Proof that this is not pre-recorded.
And her opponent from San Fernando, Chile, the Heritage Champion, Stephanie Vakir.
Well, Vakir eliminated already. She can play spoiler here tonight. she could get a count-out win for me. What that would do would just make this a improbable division. And to be honest, I need to look at how this division is shaping up. For your last round, the last 4 bouts of the tournament, we've already got one bout I know is going to come to the wire. It's Fallon Henley, Blake Monroe, both tied on 11. That's your main event. Well, your last bout in this division. You then have Nia Jax versus Lady Flammer. So a win here for Vakir does not eliminate Lady Flammer, I should point out. Neither would a count-out loss or a count-out win to Flammer. What it would do is it would make it a tie-breaking situation where if Nia wins, or Flammer wins from that position, depending on how this goes, it is basically a do-or-die bout between those two. And of which, to point out, if Flammer gets a count-out victory here... Well, no, there's going to be a tie-breaking situation. Yeah, no, there is. If Flammer wins via count-out here tonight, she goes to 11 points. She then faces Nia Jax. Both tied in 11. One of them will qualify to the live event based on the points gained from the match. Unless it's a draw, then we're getting absolute craziness. But also, your final bout in the division, Fallon versus Blake, it would then go to tie-breaking results between the two losers as to who makes it to the showdown. Unless we get multiple stars tied on 11. Still. Which is still another possibility. The other bouts see Oscar and Becky battle. Oscar on 10 points right now. So a win for her would be massive against the last kicker. And that leaves your final bout in this division to be Stephanie Vakir once again in the ring against Charlotte Flair. So as a whole, we could be walking out of round 7 with stars still tied on points. We are almost certainly guaranteed at least one tiebreaker. How we decide tiebreakers depends on how many stars are tied in the deadlock. Simple as that. If we have 3 stars all stuck on 11 or 12, whatever the point total is. If we have 3 stars stuck on the same amount of points, we can't break it via the tie-breaking 1v1 records. So we will put all of them in a triple threat. The winner of the match takes the top spot. Then we have, if there needs to be another tie-breaking situation, then with those stars, because obviously seeding matters, we would then go to the 1v1 records. So realistically, 1v1s matter a lot. Now you may be wondering, what if there's 4 stars tied on the same amount of points? And the answer to that is pretty simple. 4 stars tied on the same amount of points would result in a fatal 4-way. We would then, the winner of that makes it out as the highest seed. Then we'd tie break it again with a triple threat as my favorite maneuver in the whole game. Flammer lining it up, a little fish food, connecting, driving the boots to the groin. And Flammer goes for the cover after a second drive. Vakir down. And frustration for Lady Flammer. She wants top spot. She could get it. Wheelbarrows through the stomp. Puts down Stephanie. And now Vakir in trouble. Up against Lady Flammer. A eat defeat comes through from the Triple R Special. The Femme Fatale. Getting back on topic as we're in my domain, my happy place. Count out could be coming if Flammer keeps the action out there. Vakir slow to the feet. Will make it in before a count of 10. And she's going for the aggression. Bridging into the schoolgirl. A kick out by Flammer to stay in it. Now Lady Flammer sending Vakir again to the corner. Charges in. Back elbow as well. Down goes Stephanie. Kick down south. Vakir butterflies her. Up top. Implants with the lung blower. Vakir to the cover. 1, 2. Kick out. Needed and delivered by Flammer. The back and forth action could be reaching a climax. Dragon screw hooked up. Abdominal stretch here. Vakir not able to punish enough as La Primiera gets caught. Rolled up. Flammer on top. Almost stealing the dub right there and then. Good kick though. Comes through. Flammer looks to fly. Springboard crossbody out the corner. Not going to connect. Carnage. Belt here. I'm kind of shaking with the nerves as another eat defeat. This time out from Vakir. Flammer put down in the drop zone, but I thought for a second Flammer was going to roll to the corner. Not the case. Instead, she is in springboard territory and gets caught with a crossbody. Vakir looking to punish, to put away Lady Flammer. Tosses her to the corner, but Flammer fights out of it. Now takes waist control. Back stabber. Straight into the spine, and Flammer hooks up Vakir for a little Flammer driver. The cover to follow suit. 1, 2, no. Near fall. All that Flammer's gonna get off that. She's getting into desperation mode. Middle rope utilized, but not gonna get the dub. Michinoku straight in the center of the ring. Flammer ascends to the middle rope. Vakir to her feet. Vakir looks dazed. The Poison Rana's probably going to do a little bit more stunning of La Primiera. Vakir, a whip. A chance maybe to come back into this. Trips up Flammer with the drop toe hold. Cover here as well. 1, 2. Kick out. Needed for Lady Flammer. But Vakir is closing. She's fighting back. She's finding her footing. But Flammer springboard not gonna connect. Vakir just walking around idly. Somehow makes it to the top rope and gets down with the crossbody. What on earth did I witness there? But right now, Vakir ascending. Looking at her fallen prey. Head scissors into the Hurricane Rana. And Flammer's in trouble. Vakir has found the momentum. Charges in. Misses. Oh, wheelbarrow. Stomp through from Flammer. Mounting. Now some more momentum building punches. A slap as well. Who's going to make the mistake? Eat defeat. Could be defeat for Vakir. Because Flammer's got a hooked up hammerlock into my favourite move, a fuckbuster. Flammer not done. Vakir in trouble. Caught, hooked up, and Flammer drivered into the canvas. 1, 2, 3. Lady Flammer takes the top seed just before we touch the 7th round. While it's not a locked position, there's still chances others to take it from her. And we won't know if she will be first seed until 3 nights' time. But with 12 points in the bank, she sits pretty atop of the teal division after tonight and now after round 6. Honestly, a surprise factor in this tournament. The rising star of momentum. Really putting her name into the picture. The breakout star of the year. Well, night 24 now in the books. Round 6 also has its chapter ended. Now we enter the final chapter of the tournament. 7 heaven, or 7 despair for certain stars as we kick off our last round in the tourney. So why don't we run down your opening night of round 7. Kicking it off, the Gold League. No, not the Gold League. I am wrong. The Pink League takes center stage. And this is important to note. Every bout from now on is elimination central. Gunther versus Tony D. A loss for Gunther. He gone. And for Tony D'Angelo, his spot becomes less of a guaranteed factor. He will be reliant on certain things going his way. However, a win would qualify him. Then, to follow it up, Big Match John, El Grande Americano. El Grande eliminated tonight. Cena potentially gone tomorrow if he loses that one. Then it's all about the women to round out the night. Bayley versus Utami. Both qualified to the live event. Both jostling for the second seed. Winner will take that. And much more. Afterwards, from there, your main event. Stephanie Vakir once again in the ring. This time up against Charlotte Flair. A win for Flair takes her to 13. While not necessarily locked, it puts her in a good standing to make it. Remember, everyone in this teal division, outside of Becky and Vakir, need the win in this last round. There is no guarantee as to who is making it to the showdown until the last bout. And that's what makes this epic. And what it will do is also, I won't know who will have qualified until our final bout in the division. But yes, night 25, the action at its thickest. And I, for one, am hoping for some explosions. I do hope you enjoyed tonight's episode. Now, what I can tell you is this. The good thing about round 7, if 2 results go a certain way, if Flair wins, Oscar loses, or if Oscar wins, Flair loses in round 7, the Teal League is locked. We know who will be the stars at the showdown. But we won't know until it happens. But yes, thank you very much for joining me tonight. I do hope night 25 delivers as well as tonight did. This was a barn burner night. I'll see you guys tomorrow, as I say, back at the normal time of 6:30. There's no England game, so you don't have to worry about that. Peace out.